What if the financial advice you've been following religiously is the exact reason you're still struggling with money? While millions of Americans dutifully follow traditional financial wisdom, cutting out lattes, penny pinching on groceries, and saving every spare dollar, they're watching their wealthy friends pull further ahead using completely different strategies. Here's the shocking truth. Most conventional financial advice was designed for a different economy and keeps you trapped in a cycle of financial mediocrity. The financial industry profits when you follow their safe advice because it keeps you dependent on their products while ensuring you never build real wealth. Today, we're going to expose 5 pieces of traditional financial advice that are sabotaging your financial future and reveal what wealthy people actually do instead. So if you're new to our channel, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon for wealth building strategies they don't want you to know. The traditional advice trap. Why common sense keeps you poor. Traditional financial advice sounds logical on the surface. Pay off all debt, save 10% of your income, diversify everything, never take risks, and retire at 65. This advice worked when homes cost $30,000, college was affordable, and pensions were guaranteed. But in today's economy, following these rules is like using a map from 1980 to navigate 2025. Entrepreneur Robert Kiyosaki exposes this perfectly. Traditional financial advice is designed to keep you working until you die. It's advice created by employees for employees to keep you an employee. The wealthy follow completely different rules because they understand money works differently for different people. The psychological trap is authority bias. We assume financial advice from banks, government agencies, and traditional advisors must be correct because they're official. But these institutions profit from keeping you in their system, not from making you wealthy. Let's examine why each piece of traditional advice fails in today's economy and what successful wealth builders do instead. Bad advice number 1. Pay off all debt before investing versus strategic leverage. Traditional advice says eliminate all debt before building wealth. This sounds responsible, but ignores the mathematical reality of leverage and opportunity cost. While you're paying off 4% mortgage debt, you're missing 10% stock market returns, and inflation is eroding your purchasing power. The wealthy understand good debt versus bad debt. Good debt puts money in your pocket or appreciates over time. Bad debt takes money out of your pocket for depreciating assets. The goal isn't eliminating all debt. It's eliminating bad debt while strategically using good debt. Consider the mathematics. A $300,000 mortgage at 4% interest, while investing your cash in assets, returning 8% creates a 4% annual profit on borrowed money. Over 30 years, this strategy can generate hundreds of thousands in additional wealth compared to paying off the mortgage early. The psychological principle is opportunity cost awareness. Understanding that every dollar used to pay off low-interest debt is a dollar not working to generate higher returns elsewhere. Instead of debt elimination, focus on debt optimization. Keep low-interest debt that provides tax benefits or enables asset ownership. Aggressively eliminate high-interest consumer debt that generates no returns. To implement, calculate the true cost of debt versus potential investment returns. Keep mortgages and business debt that enable wealth building. Eliminate credit card debt and personal loans that don't generate income. Invest cash flow into appreciating assets rather than extra debt payments. Bad advice number 2. Save 10% and you'll be fine versus income scaling. Traditional advice suggests saving 10% of income guarantees financial security. This outdated rule assumes steady employment, predictable expenses, and retirement at 65. In reality, 10% savings rates condemn most people to working until they die, especially with longer lifespans and rising costs. The wealthy understand that savings rates must scale with income and goals. If you want to retire early or achieve financial independence, 10% won't cut it. More importantly, focusing on saving percentages ignores the power of increasing income. Financial educator Dave Ramsey states, "You can't save your way to wealth on a median income. The math simply doesn't work. You need to increase your income dramatically while maintaining reasonable expenses." Wealthy people focus on making more, not just saving more. Here's the brutal math. Saving 10% of $50,000 annually gives you $5,000 yearly. At 7% returns, you'll have about $700,000 after 30 years. That's barely enough for basic retirement, assuming no major emergencies or healthcare costs. The psychological trap is percentage comfort. Hitting 10% feels like success, creating false confidence about financial progress. Meanwhile, you're falling behind inflation, rising healthcare costs, and changing economic realities. Instead of fixed percentages, use income scaling. As income increases, savings rates should increase dramatically. The goal is reaching a point where investments generate more than living expenses, true financial independence. To implement, start with whatever percentage you can manage, but focus heavily on increasing income through skills development, side businesses, or career advancement. As income grows, increase savings rates progressively. Aim for 20%, 30%, or even 50% savings rates by optimizing both income and expenses. Bad advice number 3. Diversify everything versus concentrated wealth building. Traditional advice preaches extreme diversification across dozens of mutual funds, international markets, bonds, and commodities. While diversification reduces risk, it also eliminates the possibility of building serious wealth. Over-diversification is protection against ignorance, not a wealth-building strategy. The wealthy understand focused diversification, concentrating investments in areas they understand while avoiding the paralysis of too many options. They'd rather know a lot about a few investments than a little about many investments. Consider the mathematics. If you own 50 different investments and one doubles, it barely impacts your portfolio. If you own 5 well-researched investments and one doubles, it significantly increases your wealth. Concentration builds wealth. Diversification preserves it. The psychological trap is analysis paralysis. Having too many options creates decision fatigue and often leads to mediocre choices across all categories rather than excellent choices in fewer categories. Modern portfolio theory suggests optimal diversification, but it assumes you're a passive investor with no special knowledge or ability to evaluate opportunities. Wealthy individuals typically concentrate in areas where they have expertise or competitive advantages. To implement, focus on 3 to 5 investment categories you thoroughly understand. This might be growth stocks, real estate, your own business, or specific sectors where you have expertise. Learn everything about these areas rather than spreading money across dozens of unknown investments. Bad advice number 4. Don't take risks versus calculated risk-taking. Traditional advice suggests avoiding all risk and keeping money safe in savings accounts, CDs, and government bonds. This risk-averse approach guarantees you'll lose purchasing power to inflation while missing wealth-building opportunities that require some level of risk. The wealthy understand that not taking calculated risks is the riskiest financial strategy of all. They distinguish between speculation and calculated risk-taking based on education, analysis, and preparation. Consider the inflation risk. Money in safe savings accounts loses 2 to 3% purchasing power annually to inflation. Over 20 years, $100,000 in savings becomes worth about $67,000 in today's buying power. The safe choice guarantees a 33% loss. The psychological principle is risk misperception. People fear the visible risk of investing while ignoring the invisible risk of inflation and missed opportunities. They choose guaranteed small losses over potential large gains. Successful investors take asymmetric risks, situations where potential gains far exceed potential losses. This might mean investing in growth stocks, starting businesses, or acquiring real estate where upside potential significantly outweighs downside risk. To implement, educate yourself about different investment risks and returns. Start with small calculated risks to build confidence and experience. Focus on asymmetric opportunities where potential gains exceed potential losses. Always maintain emergency funds, but don't let fear prevent wealth-building activities. Bad advice number 5. Work until 65 and retire versus financial independence. Traditional advice assumes you'll work a steady job for 40 years, save diligently, and retire at 65 with enough money to last. This model is broken because it depends on factors outside your control: job security, health, economic conditions, and government programs that may not exist. The wealthy pursue financial independence, the point where investment income exceeds living expenses, making work optional at any age. Instead of planning to work until 65, they plan to have work become optional as soon as possible. The traditional model requires depending on Social Security, employer pensions, and 401k performance, all outside your control. Financial independence puts you in control of your financial destiny through assets you own and manage. The psychological benefit is work optionality. Knowing you can leave your job at any time changes your relationship with work, often leading to better career decisions and reduced stress. This doesn't mean never working again. Many financially independent people continue working because they want to, not because they have to. The freedom to choose makes all the difference. To implement, calculate your financial independence number, typically 25 to 30 times annual expenses. Focus on increasing income and reducing expenses to accelerate progress. Build multiple income streams from investments, businesses, and assets. Track progress toward your FI number rather than retirement age. The Wealth Building Reality Check. The breakthrough realization is that traditional financial advice keeps you trapped in systems designed to benefit others, not you. Banks profit from your savings accounts paying 0.5% while lending your money at 20%. Financial advisors profit from keeping you actively trading rather than building lasting wealth. Entrepreneur Gary Vaynerchuk captures this perfectly. Traditional financial advice is created by people who want to sell you financial products, not people who want to make you wealthy. The wealthy follow different rules because they understand the game differently. Each alternative strategy shifts you from passive participation in other people's wealth-building systems to active creation of your own wealth-building systems. Instead of following rules designed for the masses, you're creating personalized strategies aligned with your goals. The most successful wealth builders reject traditional advice that limits their potential and embrace strategies that create exponential growth. They understand that building wealth requires different thinking, not just different tactics. Your financial future depends on making this mental shift from traditional thinking to wealth-building thinking. Every day you follow advice designed to keep you broke is another day. The wealthy pull further ahead using strategies they don't want you to know. If this opened your eyes to why traditional advice fails, give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone who needs to escape these financial traps. If you're new here, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our unconventional wealth building strategies. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.